My name's Andrew Foy. I'm the owner of Titan Boxing Promotions in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm here with Jamaal Davis, and we're talking with PennLive to talking about the fight on August 4th at the Harrisburg Midtown Arts Center. It's going to be a great show, great lineup. Very excited for it.
Andrew, you know, it's been a little over a year, I think you and I talked about, since you guys really kind of got boxing, professional boxing, kind of going back in Harrisburg. And you know, in that year, you guys have had some good cards and stuff. What's it been like the past year, man? Putting these cards together and making this all come together. And Jamaal is a fighter who's following a couple of these things now. How good is it to be able to have this type of event, these type of events in Harrisburg?
You know, the last year it's been great. It's been a heck of an experience. I never intended to become a boxing promoter, and I never really saw myself doing this. There's no textbook for this. You just kind of have to learn as you go. And there's been a lot of bumps in the road, but overall it's been a tremendous experience. Glad that I've done it. Can't see myself not doing it at this point. And I think just, you know, the learning experience of it, each show is just getting better for the most part in terms of the matchmaking, the bouts that are on it, and then the professional fighters. You know, we've been able to bring in veterans like Jamaal, who've really added an extra element to the show, but at the same time we've been able to develop some early career pros who are getting close to the point where they're going to be able to be the main event in the near future, and you know, hopefully make some waves in the sport locally and beyond. And it's great to be able to do that. And it's, you know, it's been a great year. It's a roller coaster, but the overall trajectory is up.
And Jamaal, just what's it been like to be able to have this kind of outlet, to be able to fight here in Harrisburg in these type of events?
I've enjoyed it. The exciting part for me is being able to fight with these young fighters right now whose careers are up and coming, and letting them see, you know, how to handle things, you know, being a professional, whether it's talking to people or just carrying themselves in a professional environment and stuff like that. Always being able to talk to people and just address things, you know, as professionals should and stuff like that. Handling the business side and stuff like that. I think I know for a fact that what Andrew has going on and stuff and how he does shows is great, and these kids will really get a chance to understand what it's like to be able to fight, you know, in their own city every few months and stuff, versus having to wait or they have to go out of their city and stuff, and just build it up for Harrisburg.
Yeah, well, you fought a lot of different places,
Right.
And you know, before we got it going back again in Harrisburg. I mean, if you're a young fighter, you're trying to get fights. I mean, how difficult was it? I mean, where did you have to go? What did you have to do to fight?
Man, growing up in Philly is one thing and stuff, but being on the professional scene in Philly was another thing. Because early on in our career, in the early 2000s and stuff like that, you'll spend time in the gym. You'll spend time running after the gym. You'll put in all these hours of hard training and hard work to get a phone call, to get on the card. And then the moment you get on the card, the other people don't want to fight you, or the contracts don't get signed. So it's like you're training for nothing. So to have that hunger and sitting up there and not knowing when you're going to fight, but you're consistently working, is the part of the game that the kids here don't have to deal with, because all they have to do is put in the work and everything else will come to them and stuff. But they have to really get out there and want it and really be hungry for it.
These events really have great character to them. You know, the crowds are fired up and stuff. And just what's it like to box, you know, this promotion, to box here in Harrisburg? As fighters, do you guys, I know you're kind of in the zone, but do you feel that? Because the crowds are pretty lit when I was there, man.
Man, the one thing I love about this, and I love the sport so much, it's crazy, but it's that ring walk. You know, the ring walk is everything and stuff like that. Because you can feel everything that goes with it and stuff. Like, you know, I pick my music to go out with how I feel about things, or something that may be going on and stuff like that. But in the time of that, you can hear what I'm going through by what I come out to and stuff like that. You can feel it. And that's the excitement of it, because it's just feeling the crowd into it and stuff, seeing the people cheer for you and stuff like that, and just feeling that environment and stuff. You gotta embrace it. You gotta enjoy it. And this is an unforgiving sport, so you gotta enjoy every moment of it.
We've seen that. We've seen the emotions, the stuff in the crowd. You know, the crowds. But Andrew, for you, for these young fighters, we saw that there's a lot of talent in Harrisburg and the surrounding areas, and to be able to kind of give that a platform too. What's that been like for you to be able to kind of expose some of these guys? And I mean, I guess it was maybe a little bit more difficult for them in the past that they wouldn't be able to have this platform, especially here at home. So it's got to be a fun feeling for you.
Yeah, and that's the most rewarding part about it, and that's why I do it, and why, you know, through the ups and downs, I'm going to keep doing it.
So, Jamaal, tell me about your fight coming up August 4th.
August 4th, they had me scheduled to fight Blake Mansfield. It's different. It's definitely different because a lot of things are different. Keep preparing for this fight, and the training camp has been way different. Training over at Chemistry is a great experience and stuff for me. It's been great. The professionalism over there is everything and stuff. The way that the trainers deal with things is everything, and I really enjoy it. Getting ready for Blake Manfield over there. The consistent sparring with Terrence and stuff, and you know, some of the other guys over there. It's just been different, and like mentally, like it's been different. I've been pushed to the point where as though I thought, you know, maybe it's time where I could just go ahead and really retire from boxing now, because I don't feel like getting up and taking this run. But then once I get out there and stuff, that drive comes back. The same thing that was eating me up when I thought I was retired, it came back. And it comes back on each time I do these runs, each time I get in the gym and I'm sparring. Each sparring session is different and stuff like that. So being ready for Blake is just going to be exciting, man. I can't really sit up here and say much about him because I haven't really had a chance to really sit down and study the tape, because I don't want any of my own ideas. So I want whatever the trainers have set up for me, I want to work just off of that, just being focused on what I'm being shown, being focused on what I'm being taught, and just be able to execute that with this performance.
Andrew, what can you tell us about that fight between those two?
I think it's going to be a great fight. It's awesome to be able to bring it to a show like this. Blake Mansfield is a top prospect right now. He's from North Carolina, but most of his fights have been in Pennsylvania. He's promoted by Marshall Kaufman and King's Promotions. This would be the third time in a row that Jamaal is going to be fighting a King's Promotion fighter. And, you know, I'm just happy that we were able to make it happen. Wasn't a whole lot of arm twisting or anything like that. I mean, you just got two tough guys at kind of different stages of their careers, and it's going to be a great fight. And I don't expect, you know, anything less than a great showing from Blake Mansfield. He's coming to win. Jamaal's coming to win. You really can't ask for much more than that. I think it's going to be a great fight.
All right, let's go with our next guy.